So I recently made a video saying how I think Hollywood fell off when they stopped making Black and Asian cultural collaboration films. We stopped making Black Asian cultural film. There's always been a movie with a Black lead and a male Asian lead co-opting together. So I'd just like to pitch one for y'all right now and see what y'all think. So it would be a buddy action comedy starring Andrew Koji from Warrior and Lakeith Stanfield as the co-leads. So quick background on the actors. So Andrew Koji is most notably known for his work in the HBO Max series Warrior. He plays a Chinese immigrant who moves to San Francisco in search of his sister, and he uses martial arts skills to fight local Chinese gangs and the police and other such things. So the other co-lead would be Lakeith Stanfield, who's most notably known for his work in the TV show Atlanta, but he's also an Academy Award nominated actor, so you know, the brother eating. His oddness, but also his relatability and his ability to bring levity and humor all at the same time would be perfect pairing for the stern and more seriousness of Koji that I think would make a great bond. So I think the movie should be set in either the 1990s or modern day. I'm not really dedicated to a time period, but I feel as though it should be set in San Francisco because I think it has a good blend of both Chinese and Black American culture. So Koji's character, who's currently right now being named Bond, comes from a first-generation Chinese immigrant family. He's a martial artist, mixed martial artist, very skilled, comes from a respectable family, immigrants from China, but he believes in, doing the right thing, hard work, etc., etc., etc. But he has a little brother who's all about that street life. Keith's character, on the other hand, whose name is Brian, he is a scammer and a gambler, and kind of like a little degenerate in his own kind of little way, but he's got a good heart. He just kind of has fallen on a series and string of bad luck that's kind of caused him to spiral into a series of conceptual bad choices. Got a girlfriend who's pregnant and she wants him to really kind of get his life together, but he feels as though everything that he's doing is for her and the future baby. Plot is essentially this. Koji's character's little brother ends up getting murdered, and Koji goes on a series of revenge missions to get back at whoever it is that killed his little brother. Meanwhile, a series of fateful events cause Lakeith's character to be in a gambling spot at the same time that Koji's character is coming through, busting up something, so that way he can get some information on where his brother's killer is, which causes Lakeith to get involved. There just so happens to be this emerald or gem or MacGuffin of some sort that the goons that killed Koji's brother are trying to transact and get their hands on. Koji gets his hands on it. He's stolen it from them in an attempt to get the boss to come out of hiding. And Lakeith, being the opportunistic person that he is, steals it from Koji, which causes Koji and Lakeith's characters to end up colliding. This causes them to end up in an alley where they're having a back and forth conversation about whether or not he should give up the thing that he stole. Lakeith's character likes to kind of try to talk his way out of things, and that's not quite working. When some goons pop up and they decide that they're just going to get active, Lakeith, realizing that he's in over his head, decides, I'm just going to give it up, which causes them to still try to kill Lakeith's character, and that's when Koji's character comes to his defense. Fight kind of breaks out where Koji beats up these underlings, and Lakeith ends up also coming to Koji's aid and knocking out a dude that's about to get the drop on Koji, to which they're both just kind of like, why did you help me? Koji's like, well, I helped you out because you had already surrendered, and there's no reason for somebody to attack somebody that's already given up. Koji's like, well, why did you help me out and not run away? He's like, I like to help out anybody that helps out me. Koji's character decides to go his own way, but this is where Lakeith's character sees that there's something valuable in Koji's possession, and he decides that he's going to try to convince him to let him make some money off of this, so that way he can get out of the crushing debt that he's in. From there, the plot will continue to go forward. There'll be a bunch more fights. There'll be a boss battle, and ultimately, I think maybe they end up becoming like bounty hunters at the end of the movie. So that way there's somewhere to go for sequels down the line. And there's still a lot to unpack about Lakeith's character's past with his mom, who died from cancer, and how he got into his debt and gambling addiction, and Koji's background. So yeah, I think there's something there. But y'all let me know, what do y'all think?